Florida Panthers. They won the Stanley Cup.
Wow.
We did a party for them. Everybody was drinking out of the Stanley Cup.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah, I filmed with the Real Housewives of Miami. That aired on the last season as well.
That's where you were when it was Michael's party. I remember.
Oh, there you go.
All right, espresso sippers, we are back with Off Market Podcast with the Adamos. We have a very special guest today, calling all meat lovers. Why don't you give him an intro, Dad?
We're very excited. So we have the one and only Joe Fraschilla from PorterHouse, the most unique experience out there in the country. Obviously, the name speaks for itself, PorterHouse. Before we dive into that, Joe, welcome. We're happy to have you here today.
Thanks, guys, for having us.
All the way from Staten Island.
How long did it take?
So about 45 minutes. It wasn't
nothing.
bad.
No, I meant for you to get here today. We've been trying for a
45
while.
minutes?
Oh,
yes.
months.
Since what?
Honestly,
your party
a year.
last summer.
We have a
Yes,
year.
almost
And
a year.
There were two partners. Pete, God bless you, couldn't make it. I think he's somewhere on the beach. Have fun. But your boy here, he took it for the team. He's here.
Yeah, I love the fact that you guys were at a party. You had one yourself, so you understand the experience and you got to really experience it yourself. And
Yeah,
you got to
'cause
tell
we
me
were-
about it a little bit.
We were originally talking about filming before the party.
Yeah.
And then, so a year ago, we did it for my husband's birthday. We did it in my parents' backyard. And we had the full Porterhouse Brothers experience, and it was wild.
I had no idea. I said, "Oh, the PorterHouse." All right, whatever.
He's like, what is it? I'm like,
What an
just
event,
meat,
though,
steak.
honestly. I mean, you guys. Well, I know you added a lot more nonstop experiences.
We'll
We're
get
gonna talk
into
about
it. Yeah.
for sure.
But I want to first start with let's go back from day one. How did this, come to fruition? Also, where did you grow up? How did you grow up? What are you doing? Tell us about yourself.
All right, great. So basically, I'm born and raised in Staten Island. I'm a city worker. Basically, during COVID, everything started to shut down. So
Right.
I wanted to pick up a new hobby, something to do. There wasn't much going on. So I started dry aging my own steak. I always loved getting a good steak or going to a good steakhouse with a vibe, something
Yes.
with a supper club vibe.
Like old New York.
Yes, exactly. So that was my thing. I always liked that scenery. Started cooking some steaks. We did some guys' nights. I would invite my friends over, cook up some steaks, watch the games. About every month I would do it for about a year.
Can we go
On
back to
your
the
steaks.
dry
Yeah.
aging? So what does that process look like?
So basically, you have to get the right humidity, the right temperature in the fridge and stuff, and you have to get the temperature really controlled in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to dry age it. You can dry age something from 28 days, which most restaurants do, up to 60, 90 days.
Oh, wow.
So there was a lot of trial and error in the beginning on what was the right time to age your
Sure,
steak.
timing, the type of meat, the
Yes.
steaks, the cut.
Exactly.
That comes into play.
So I always knew I liked the porterhouse. So I started with that. I loved it. And then basically, finally, I realized 45 days was my sweet spot. I like something with a little flavor, a little dry aged flavor,
Right.
but I wanted that tenderness that really separated it from the restaurants. Because most restaurants, they'll do 28, 30 days.
Yeah.
After 30 days on a dry age process, you lose a lot of moisture in your meat. So the meat becomes a lot more expensive. So
Got
you
it.
don't see that everywhere.
You could actually taste the difference?
Yes, you could taste the difference, yeah. And it'll shrink a lot, the steak. So for restaurants and stuff, when you're buying it from a supplier, it's a lot more expensive, the meat, because
Right.
it's soaked up so much. And then basically, after a few months of doing that, the parties got bigger and bigger, and became, hey, I want to come to one of your steak nights.
Wow.
Finally, Pete, one of my friends, I known him for a long time. He finally came through on the party, and I heard from Pete every day for about 2 weeks after that, calling me nonstop. Hey, let's do something with this. We could make this out of a business. We could do steak parties and stuff at people's homes. And I was
all
pretty
during COVID, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was kind of when COVID was dying out now. So everything was
Tail end.
starting to
Open
open
back,
up.
yeah.
And we went to a steakhouse in New Jersey, a bunch of us.
Which one?
You want to give us a name?
It was Gabriella's. I love the vibe of Gabriella's.
Yeah.
Where's
That's like
Gabriella look?
It's
Red Bank. Red
yeah.
Bank,
Okay.
yeah. So
Kind
we're
of
at
down shore.
Gabriella's. We're all out to eat, and everybody's everybody's having the steak, and they're looking at me and they go, "Joe, you got to open up."
Like yours is
Yeah,
better.
they're like, "Joe, you have to open up. This would be you would crush." So finally that night I got home. I call up Pete. I'm like, "All right, if we can piece this together with the right supplier and the
Right.
right quality, I'll do it." But I was like, I don't want to be an average chef.
Right.
Like I don't want, and I think that's what makes us very unique, and that's why no one has been able to duplicate what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Is that we don't just cook for you this amazing steak, but we make it a whole experience. And I was
quite
like,
an experience.
yeah.
I tell you.
It's an unreal experience.
you.
firsthand we experienced it.
And one of the things I want to do was, if I'm going to spend my weekends doing it, I want to have fun doing it.
Right.
I want to have a good time. I want to make a good time for
Yeah.
people.
So wait a minute. So you're hanging out with people that are drinking, you're having good food, steak, and you're just mingling, and you're getting paid for this.
Yeah.
So from a hobby
it's
to a
good-
business.
It's a good formula.
It's a win-win, and we have no shortage of people who want to work for us. Which nowadays I hear that it's very hard to get
That
employees
is,
and stuff.
especially
But
business.
we're lucky, and a lot of our employees, I would say 80% of them, have been with us for out of the 5 years, at least 3-4 years.
Wow.
We don't get a lot of rollover.
It's a testament to your
Yeah,
brand.
Thank you.
So I want to go back to the early days, like the early party days, like before it was the business. What were those parties like? Like, was it just, you said they're dinner parties, but how did it go from we're sitting around a table eating steak to what it is?
All right, so I would say when we first started, we thought we were going to make it interactive with people, but we were
Yeah.
pretty boring
Right.
when we first started. We were
Boring
cooking
in
the
what
steak.
sense? Just
We were
general-
cooking the
No,
steak.
I mean like at your house.
Oh, at
how
my
was
house.
that? Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So it
Who
turned.
and who got the invite?
It ended up being friends of friends calling
Okay.
me. So basically, it
Was it
started.
bring your own steak, or you had a supply?
No.
No, so
could
basically,
be
I didn't even
expensive.
have a supply. I got it from a local place at that time that was just getting the meat
Got
from.
it.
Good guy, he's awesome. But basically, it started out with just a group of friends, a couple of guys. I would just hit up a bunch of people like, hey, you want to do a steak night? Whatever the case is, we would pick somebody's house to do it at, watch the game. Eventually, more and more people start getting involved, and then eventually the girls start coming. And it turns into I'm cutting up steak. There's karaoke in the corner.
Ours had karaoke.
Yeah, everybody's getting drunk, dancing and stuff, partying. And it's like, it's me sitting there chopping up steaks by
Yeah.
myself. I think Pete was probably one of the first people that even offered to help me.
No way.
But everyone was too busy partying. But
That's
I
how
loved
you
it.
know.
I loved having a scene around me.
Right.
And then basically it turned into like that whole atmosphere of fun. Now, at that time, we didn't do bone marrow shots.
Those are incredible.
Yeah, and I think that's what really changed the game for us. So when we first started,
Who
we
came up with this?
the bone marrow shots. I kind of was just Googling things to do with bone marrow, and I just saw like a picture of somebody holding it up like this and taking a shot, and I'm like,
Oh my God,
I've
genius.
never seen this before.
Let's give the audience actual vision. It's a long piece of wood,
Yeah.
I guess you have it.
Yeah.
on, with several bone marrows at once.
Yeah, so
No,
basically,
no.
No, it was
That
not- it
was
was
the
single
shots.
time.
Yeah.
So basically, you have the bone marrow. It's like the femur or whatever.
Right.
They slice it down the middle. We're scooping out the contents. We're serving it with the steak. If you
Oh
never
my,
had,
that was
yeah,
he
if
gave
you've
it on
never
bread.
had
It was
bone marrow
insane.
with steak before, it's
Remember,
a game
you-
Yeah,
changer.
I did.
middle.
I remember. We grew up very Italian, so bone marrow was
Yes,
just,
exactly. It adds a richness to the meat. It's
It's
incredible.
not everyone's
Yeah.
go-to.
So now we take the hollow bone and we use it as a luge, and it's basically, it's like
A
a nice
party trick.
luge almost.
Yeah.
It's a party trick. And when we first started, we would go to people's houses, do a little tutorial about the meat, cook,
Right.
go home. I get a call from a friend and be like, "That was great. The food's amazing, but you're kind of boring."
Really?
No
Yeah.
way.
Well, you know what? Maybe.
And I'm like,
maybe you should say thank you.
Yeah,
You opened
which
up
is
the-
great.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay. At night, I'm like, all right, how do I make it more fun? I'll bring some music.
Right.
And then Pete's like, oh, the supplier's saying bone marrow is great with steak. So I'm like, okay. We chef up a recipe. We're like, oh, this is incredible. It's a game changer with
Yeah.
the steak. So now I'm like, okay, let's use these bones as a luge. Let's pour some shots. We do it at one party, and it took
went
off
nuts.
our social media.
Everyone's copying
Thousands
it too,
of
right?
followers right
Yeah.
away. And then one of the first inquiries I got off of it was a random girl. She's like, hey, I would like to book a party in 2 weeks. It's a little last minute. I'm like, no problem. She's like, do you mind signing release waivers and stuff? It's for television. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'd even ask her what the TV
Right.
show was because I was so naive about it.
What was it? Can you
It
say?
was Jersey Housewives.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh,
Whose
New
part?
Jersey.
That ended up being Rachel Fuda, but at the
Oh
time,
my gosh.
she wasn't listed as a cast member yet because
Right.
it wasn't revealed. So I had no idea. She had like 2,000 followers. I'm like, it's just a
Wow.
regular person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go to
Shout out to the Fudas. We love them.
We saw
Love
him
the
recently.
food.
Good
Yeah.
My OGs right there.
Yeah.
Love Rachel and John.
So yeah, that was one of the biggest things that we got early on. 2 months into business, it was like the first time we got personalized cutting boards and tablecloth covers and stuff. We crushed the party. Everybody loved it, and by the time I got home, the inbox was full of inquiries.
Wow,
So
incredible.
5 years later, almost 5 years, your anniversary is
Yeah.
coming up. You added more experiences.
Yes.
At that last party, we had the experience with the bazooka, wasn't it? Shots of alcohol shots.
Yes.
Champagne.
We had a
Champagne, is that
champagne
what it was?
gun.
So, not only, by the way, and we'll get into like the quality of the meat because I just want to comment too. Like, not only do you have the entertainment part down and it's so fun, but the quality of the meat and the
Thank
steak
you.
and the actual food, like
Yeah.
it's not just entertainment or
Delicious.
catering. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It really is.
Thank you.
So I want to talk. We'll talk about the party, but I want to get into that as well.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people look at our Instagram or social media, they'll be like, oh, it's a party thing. And once you have the experience, you realize it. You're like, okay, I'm going to book this for my grandfather's 80th birthday because
Right.
the food's so good.
Right.
And we have probably like an 80-ish% rebook rate.
Yeah.
Where you're going to have it, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's amazing. And I didn't realize the steak was going to be that good. And I think that's what brings a lot of surprise to people. And that's why we have such a high rebook rate. And pretty much we work off of word of mouth, which is
Do you
awesome.
feel
And
like your audience is mostly men generated, or you have more women that want?
so that's a great question. When we first started,
was a
I'm
men's
like,
club,
this is going to be
right.
all guy parties.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy's thing. But then you realize, guys,
Women
we're
love
stubborn.
steak.
We're like, I could do a steak just as good. Or,
Right, right,
like,
right.
I'll do it myself. And we realized that women are the planners.
Right.
Yes.
Women are the ones that put everything together. And they're good
Example.
at
show up.
Yes,
Example right here.
Exactly. And they're good at spending the money.
Yeah.
So
Be careful what you say.
Our audience is 2/3 women.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
The
I'm not
audience is
surprised.
booking
The
you.
audience that's
But
2/3
Are
women.
Yeah.
most of them geared towards, hey, this is a guy's party, my husband's 50th, or it's just a general party?
Yeah. So
Like, do you do girls' nights?
yes, we do a lot of girls' nights. We do bachelorette parties. I feel like if we do either, if it's only one sex, either male or female, we'll do more female parties.
Okay.
Interesting.
When we first started, we were only males, and I think we made just the name of like PorterHouse Party, a bunch of guys cooking
Right.
steaks and stuff. Then after like year 2, we started introducing girls at the parties and stuff, which I love because they get to cater to every end of it. So
Right.
sometimes a guy looks at me and he's like, I'm not taking a bone marrow shot. I'm not putting this thing in my mouth
Right.
with you there. So we have the girls there as well. And it's pretty much, now we're at the point where it's a lot of milestone birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
I would say after we did the New York Giants, it kind of stapled us as women calling up and saying, oh, I want to do this for my husband.
'Cause it's cool, yeah.
Once they saw it on our Instagram that we were doing like football players and stuff, they were like, oh, my husband would love that because he's a
Yeah.
Giants fan.
Well, let's have
this and that.
Victoria guy
I-
for Michael's party.
I did. I saw you on
Really?
Instagram.
Michael's
I mean,
a real meat lover.
my husband's obsessed with steak. Like,
Yeah.
He probably eats it 4 or 5 times a week.
but like,
Yeah.
he's a meat snob. Like, he will
love
make
that.
us drive 2 hours to get it. When we first moved in together, we had to buy 2 freezers because we bought a quarter of a cow. Like, he's very particular
That's
about
awesome.
his meat. When we eat out, he's judging it. You know how they cook
Yeah.
it.
I actually could see him hanging out with you on the weekend.
So
No,
what's
honestly.
his favorite steakhouse?
So around here, we go
Yeah.
to River Palm.
Okay.
Like,
I've heard it's good.
always consistent. I like it because it's good service. The food is great. It's always consistent. They don't try new crazy things.
Yeah.
Just is classic.
Yes.
Otherwise, what else would you say?
It's quite a few. I mean, you're going to laugh, but I like Capitol Grill.
Yeah, yeah.
So his favorite, I would say, is Strip House in the city, but the original one in Greenwich Village.
I've never been there, but I heard it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
And
that's what
yeah.
I like. I like the menus that stay the same.
Staple.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I kept it at.
But you're not competing with the steakhouse. You're actually doing an
Bringing it
experience
to your
at
house.
home,
Yeah, no.
a
Yeah.
party with the shots. You have a whole different.
I'm the biggest supporter of a steakhouse. If
Right.
one opens up,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I
Let's
want
go.
to
You have
try
to
it.
try it, yeah.
I mean,
So
I
you've
hate
never
if.
been to River Palm?
No, I haven't
All right,
been
you'll
there
have
yet.
to go with us.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was what my dad was saying. I saw you guys on Instagram. He loves me. I want to do something different, something outside, fun. We were just married, so we were still kind of in party mode. I saw you on Instagram, and the reviews were insane. I think I called you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got it booked in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Every guest had an amazing.
And
time.
then you give
Every
me this
guest.
list, and I'm like, oh my God, I could add bone marrow. I could add caviar bumps, champagne
Yeah.
gun. Like, that's fucking fun.
Yeah,
So I think we did all of it.
you did.
I didn't even know you provide
There you
music
go.
and
She's in
setup.
charge.
Yeah.
You didn't read the flyer good
playlist
enough.
is incredible. The sides were incredible. And even besides just the porterhouse
there's
and the
plenty of
steak,
food.
you were giving what were those other like sandwiches? Oh my God, they were
Oh,
insane.
the thick cut bacon sandwiches.
That,
That
remember?
was insane.
So
you,
on the
started,
top
you actually
bun?
started off
Yeah.
with that.
One of my favorite steakhouses is Peter Luger's.
Yes.
Oh,
I
well,
love
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
get the onion rolls,
Yeah.
tomato onion, and the steak
Yep.
sauce. So I said, why don't we make a sandwich, kind of replicating that, but with the thick cut bacon inside?
So good.
It was
delicious.
delicious.
Yeah.
The sides were incredible. Yeah. So we had all of his friends, our friends, you and Mom.
You were all there.
Yeah.
And
Party looked great.
It
I got all
went-
the videos
It
and
was-
photos.
it went
after.
from
It didn't
hanging
end.
out
Yeah.
It didn't end.
to karaoke to a full blown roast.
Yeah.
Evan was filming. We'll play some videos, and yeah, and I like became friends with Pete and what was the girl there? Oh my God, I'm blanking on her name. We follow each other on Instagram.
I forget who won.
I love her.
Was it Julia?
No,
She worked it.
black hair.
Black hair.
Very dark.
Amanda?
Could be.
No.
Sense? No, you sure?
No. I don't know.
Well, we can get back to this.
Yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
back.
I
to
want
it.
to ask you something. What's your preference or you recommend the temperature? Rare, medium, Chicago?
So we have a
That you're
long
doing
we
Pittsburgh.
have a
Yeah,
long-standing joke. If you like it any other way, the medium rare, Outback's down the block.
I love that.
And
It's like Venice's rule.
you know, like growing up, I always ate a medium. Like that, I was taught like from the the old
Right to
Italians.
school,
Like,
I get it.
Old school was like really cook your meat.
Right.
And then once I realized, once you have a good steak in front of you, you don't want to overcook it. You want it medium rare at
Perfect.
least.
Do you see a preference, an agenda preference? Like the men more or less want raw, and the women want medium to medium.
Yeah,
well?
I would say guys would go for more rare
That's how I see it.
than women. Yeah.
When my mom
Yeah.
could eat hers like well done, my husband's like,
Yeah.
He
Don't
gets
look-
upset.
And like our steak, how we cook it is very different from a restaurant. We end up slow cooking it in your oven.
oh wow, oh
So-
right.
Yeah. So even though it looks pink, it's been in there like a good amount, and it's not that medium rare where it's like really like like you have your layers of gray,
Right.
pink, and purple. It's evenly cooked throughout, so I feel like it's a little less chewier and it's a lot more tender.
Do you
well,
want to
whatever
hear?
you're doing, you just keep
Thank
doing
you.
it.
You want to
It's
hear my
amazing.
order?
Yeah.
Ribeye, medium rare, Pittsburgh.
See, and if you really look at how we cook our steaks, it's Pittsburgh
It is.
style.
Yeah,
I like that.
No one really gets that.
I was taught.
I don't tell
Taught
people
well.
that, but it's the Pittsburgh style.
So, where do you how do you ensure you get the best quality meat? Do you have one person you work with, or do you kind of source all over?
So in the beginning, we started with one person. Then we started using multiple suppliers. And, in business, you always want to be loyal and stuff, but you have to do what's best for the business.
Correct.
And there's going to be tough, as any business owners, there's going to be tough decisions, whether it's employees that you have to let go that you know personally, etc. But as far as the quality of the food, we ended up using one supplier, and they're so consistent and they're so great now.
Wow.
We narrowed it down from 3 to 1.
That's an
which is
incredible
awesome.
relationship, right?
Yeah.
So it was like
yeah.
a learning curve. You had to go through it.
Yeah, it's a it's a
Yeah.
learning curve. Like my old suppliers, they were awesome and stuff. Sometimes it would be a little less consistent. So I really had to make that adjustment and just, really look for somebody that was going to get me that top tier prime every time. Because, you see at the parties, we display the meats, whether it's raw and
beautiful.
stuff.
Well, it's your
We
reputation.
show you
That's
the
what keeps getting you
marbling.
more bookings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
and we're not a restaurant that puts out 1,000 steaks a night.
Right.
We're a boutique feel.
Right,
So
right.
that quality is everything.
There's a lot of attention going into it.
And even as like inflation hit and stuff, even suppliers would be like, hey, every restaurant's changing how they order, and it's not really prime, it's high grade choice, etc. And I'm like, I will never take away from the quality. I'll take away from my paycheck if I have to, but I'll never take away from the quality, because once you do, then you leave room for everybody else to jump in and basically, compete with you. And that's something that we don't have
You
right
also
now.
have a disadvantage towards a restaurant. They have a closed kitchen. Anything can happen in a closed
Yes.
kitchen. You're in an open
Yeah,
floor.
Right, people
yeah.
are
I mean,
watching.
presentations, everything.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching.
I mean, you're
Cleanliness.
performing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
are.
it is. I say we are basically part of your party, and we're like entertainers. We're making
yeah.
a spectacle of the meat that you're about to eat.
I will say it's probably one of the better experiences I've ever had. Not just from the quality and the entertainment, but also the service. Like, your team was incredible. Like, we
you.
wanted to be friends by the end of the night.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
way they handled every part of it was,
And even the cleanup.
Yeah,
Even
it
you're actually a guest at your own party.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
experience.
It was an
The
amazing
woman who's throwing a
experience.
Party, you actually feel like you're a guest. You don't have to worry about management, cleaning up. It's all under control.
Yeah. So one of the first things I train people is when you walk into somebody's house and they're panicking or they're like concerned about something, you have to reassure them.
Yeah.
We got this. Let us control the
Right.
night. We got it. Everything.
they
will be
actually
perfect.
did that to us. Yeah.
Yeah, and it does help, and then you end up appreciating it so much more because you get to let loose a little bit. Because when you host,
Yeah.
a
Oh, we
lot of
did.
the time you're worried about everybody. Here, you don't have to worry. We're taking care of everybody.
I mean, even my mom, like, I have a picture of the 5 of us kind of sitting down
Relaxed.
before everyone came,
Yeah.
which you would never normally see.
Yeah.
We were all like, all right, we're ready
Usually
to get started.
you go in party mode.
Yeah.
It starts to panic.
And
it's
stress
supposed to be
and
perfect.
Italian
Yeah.
household, they're screaming.
No experience. It was just relaxed. We were a guest at one party.
Thank you.
Pretty sure we're going to do it again after
Okay,
this
we'll see.
conversation.
Yeah.
So, okay, I want to talk about when Pete called you and said, let's do this, and you gave him the go. How long would you say was it from when you started to that breakthrough moment where you're doing New Jersey Housewives and you had other appearances? Just
Yeah.
So
Like the
how
Giants you had.
like how
Yeah.
long would you say that momentum?
So it was 2 months in New Jersey Housewives.
That's incredible.
I actually ran out mid-episode to do a Maxim model, another party that
Wow.
we had. So I left Pete there by himself to clean up everything, the grill and stuff. You see Pete in
Yeah.
the background of the episode cleaning up by himself. We're going to do a Maxim models party and stuff. And I felt like that was a big day for us. And it
Yeah.
was right before the summer started. And then for our business, the regular clientele, the normal people are so valuable for us, and the word of mouth of everybody is huge for us. So once we got big with the Housewives, it was just party after party kept rolling in, and referral after referral. And then month after that, or 2 months after that, one of Saquon Barkley's guys reached out to me saying that he was interested in doing the party. And we were back and forth for a while, trying to set that up. And then, during the summer, I kind of met some athletes. Matt Harvey from the Mets was at a party that I did. He ended up having a party. I met some basketball players and such. And just from going to people's homes and networking and stuff and doing these
Incredible.
parties, you meet such successful, great people that are very supportive of other people.
Have you been outside of New Jersey and New York?
Yeah. So
What's the furthest you traveled?
we opened up in Florida as well.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
congrats.
I've done...
Where in Florida?
I didn't know
I've
that.
done some great stuff in Florida. Florida Panthers, they won the Stanley Cup.
Wow.
We did a party for them. Everybody was drinking out of the Stanley Cup.
Oh my God, that's
cool is that?
insane.
Yeah, I filmed with the Real Housewives of Miami. That aired
Okay.
on the last season as well.
That's where you were when it
Yeah.
was Michael's party. I remember.
Oh, there you go.
That's why you didn't come.
That's why I didn't come.
Yeah.
I was down there.
I remember.
Poor me.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you were in Miami.
Yeah. And then we're filming with we filmed with a couple more shows. There's actually one that's new, Members Only Palm Beach.
Oh yeah.
That's on Netflix. We're going to be filming with them
The second
this season
season?
as
Okay.
well.
Which
Are
one?
you a character? Are you on the show?
Which character?
Who?
Which person?
Yeah.
I'm
I
kind of
watched
talking to
it.
like 3 of them. So whoever
Okay, got
wants
it.
to throw
Whoever
the party,
gets you.
yeah, whoever wants to throw the party first. But
That I like Palm Beach.
yeah, we've done a few things with the Housewives of New Jersey. That whole group has been amazing
Yeah.
for the success of us.
That's amazing.
We've done the New York Giants a couple times. I did them a few of the players this summer as well. So we've done some amazing stuff. Like a lot of bucket list stuff. I'm a huge Knicks
Right.
fan. It was playoffs like 2 years ago. The Knicks were in the playoffs. Carmelo Anthony's team calls us. They had us for his podcast.
Incredible.
And I cooked for Carmelo Anthony, and we're sitting there drinking tequila for
Are
a
you
couple
like,
hours.
what in the hell?
How cool is
Yeah.
that? You never would have figured this 5 years ago.
Never would have thought.
Yeah, so
He's-
how does it feel like even just telling us all your accolades? Like,
Oh,
was that
I'm so
surreal
proud
for
of
you?
it. You know, there's a difference between like bragging and just being proud of your
No.
accomplishments.
Yeah.
And like I'm proud of it, but yet I go home and I put my head down and I work my ass off every day.
Of course.
And that's something that you can't let the moment say, okay, you can't say to yourself, I'm here. I can
Right.
kick my feet up. Because the moment you do,
Never.
you're allowing somebody else to come into the space, competition, or you're allowing that ease basically where you plateau. And every year so far, we're going into season 5 now. Every year we've been building, and every year has been better than the next. So
What do you think the key to staying consistent is?
it's
With your brand.
the consistency of your product. I
Yeah.
think that's everything.
You know what the irony is? This is a side hustle for you.
Yeah.
Really, it's a side hustle, and
Yeah.
it just took off like
Is
a
it your-
phenomenon.
Yeah.
Is this your main?
It's my
gig
side
now, or-
hustle. It should be my main, but
Yeah.
When you retire, you make it your
yeah,
main.
yeah. So
job.
when
That's
I retire
incredible.
from my other job, this will be the main. But
But you don't have to, because this
no,
the fall.
I'm at opposite
No, but
schedules.
Exactly.
Right.
It falls in the evenings and the
Yeah.
weekends.
And I have now we're up to over 20 employees. We have such a great group of people that have been
Right.
with us for so long. They run their own parties. So we'll go out multiple teams a night. So there's a lot of ease knowing that I don't have to be there every single weekend. But I'm a sucker. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm
Why
still there
not?
all the time.
And that's how you're going to keep evolving.
You don't have
yeah.
FOMO, do you, when you're not there?
I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, even your party. I was looking at the videos and stuff. And
It was
looked awesome.
fun.
Listen, you put a photographer at a party. I'm a ham. I
Right.
want to be there. Like I'll put on a show for you, this and that.
We'll make
Pete
sure
did
Evan.
okay. He did
Yeah.
okay.
All
Yeah, he did.
I
Pete-
haven't seen you
Pete
perform.
did all right.
We'll make
He
sure
did
Evan's
amazing.
filming
Yeah.
for the
He
next
made you
one.
proud.
Yes,
Sure.
I love that.
So for anyone watching who is thinking of starting a business, feels crazy about it, like what's your advice to them on if they should do it?
The next entrepreneur.
And what's your advice on how to, make it successful?
So for the next entrepreneur, it's always everyone's going to talk you out of every idea.
Did you get that?
It's the people that have businesses and have their own story to tell that are usually the most supportive of your own idea.
Well,
Right.
you don't have to share all your ideas with everyone.
Exactly.
Maybe those that are positive, that want to put you in the right direction.
Exactly. And like I'm in the middle of doing something, not one person knows.
Right.
You know, until you see it on social media,
Until it happens.
Until it happens, no one's gonna know, because at some point, if you really believe in something, you believe in yourself.
Right.
You got to believe in yourself, and you got to really put in the hard work. Nowadays, I feel like the difference between me and another person is just that I'm going to outwork you.
Yeah.
And if you have that drive and you go in there day one and just don't be fearful and take every opportunity that you can, like even when the New York Giants, when I finally got the New York Giants, I was on the phone with Saquon's people for 4 months back and forth. Finally, when they booked the party, it was, hey, we want to book tomorrow. And I'm like, really? And it went from him in the O-line to, okay, Danny Jones is treating the whole offense. So now I'm cooking for 70
Wow.
football players. I'm
With
like,
big
oh,
appetites.
man, with big
By
appetites.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we don't want to cook in someone's house. We want to cook at a restaurant.
Right.
Which at that point we never did before. And we ended up hooking up with this restaurant called Lefka's, which is actually in your
in
area.
Yeah.
Englewood
Englewood
Cliffs.
Cliffs.
And we cooked there for them, and they loved us. And actually, we do pop-ups there a lot. We
Wow.
actually have one coming up in a couple months.
Oh, let me
And,
know.
Let us know.
I will
I live
definitely.
close
It's right in
by.
our backyard.
Yeah, we do Thursday night. We'll do a pop-up there. I think we're going to do their 8-year anniversary party on like a
wow.
Thursday night. And really just you take every opportunity you can and you just make it happen. I feel like you'll figure it out along the way. But if you live in fear, you're never going to get anywhere with what you're looking to accomplish. You have to dream big and
That's
you
good
know,
advice.
and make it happen.
Seems like you got
Listen
lucky.
up, all you young
Seems like
entrepreneurs.
you got lucky.
Yes.
You found a partner that shares the same goal and work ethics as you.
Yeah. I mean, when we first started, I remember that first winter we were getting big. And I'm like, Pete, we're splitting up. And he's like, really? I'm like, yep.
Yeah, that's the way to do. Conquer.
Yeah. And I'm like, and when we split up, I'm like, okay. I'm like, we could really make this into something big. For us, I
Yeah.
feel like we seized a huge opportunity after COVID.
Right.
Everybody was trapped in the house. Everybody
Wanted to get out.
wanted to get out or
Entertain in their home, yeah.
a big party. And that really shot us through the roof very quickly. I don't know if we would have had as quick of a start if we started now.
Yeah.
But eventually, like over time, you know, if the product's good, it would be the same outcome.
I mean,
but I
you
feel
hit
like
the timing, right?
was perfect.
So tell us about you and Pete. How are you guys friends?
Yeah, so
To business
during
partners.
Yeah, during college, I was friends with his brother, like same friends group and stuff. And then I met Pete through a lot of sports teams. Like we played in the men's touch tackle football league. We played in the men's basketball league and stuff. And then we kind of, I didn't see him for a while. And then it was just through mutual friends that he came to a party. And it just happened like that. And now, me and him, 5 years into it, we got a great working relationship.
That's
It's awesome.
incredible.
Yeah.
It was fate.
Yeah.
Are you generating more business in Jersey or still in Staten Island?
There's no place like Jersey.
You like that, huh?
I have to say it.
Thank you.
Why don't we
There
talk
is-
Say
about
that again.
After this podcast? Let's talk about some real estate. We'll get you over here. Get you a permanent
Yeah.
address.
Yes. I
What do you
wanna
like
make
about
that move.
Jersey?
I feel like there's no vibes like Jersey. So New Yorkers, we have a different mentality. We're not as friendly. You go outside, you have your neighbors and stuff. I feel like when you go to a party in New Jersey, there's just such an openness.
You're friends with everyone.
And I've seen like
It's
a lot
interesting.
of groups. I think New Jersey celebrates their accomplishments the most, where everyone's very supportive of each other.
We're always looking for
I
an
mean,
excuse.
I met you guys. We didn't know each other from a hole in the wall. We
Right.
were talking all the time, trying to do
Yeah.
podcasts and stuff. And like, it's just a very friendly, open mentality. I went to Florida. We opened up in Florida. I thought Florida would have the most wild parties and stuff, but
And?
Jersey knows how to party.
Jersey's in the house.
Jersey
Listen,
knows
I'm
how to
telling you,
party.
there's something in the water that Jersey parties a little harder than everybody else.
That's why you can't leave
Yeah.
once you're here.
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
I haven't made the move yet, but as soon
What
as
about Pete? Is he?
No, because we have our other jobs that we have to stay
Gotcha.
working
Yeah.
in New York.
All right. We'll talk.
But once we're done with that, we're gonna make the move, or at least I am. I
You
know
have
that.
to.
So
we got
interesting.
you.
I'm happy to hear this, actually.
Yeah, yeah,
So we know how to party, and we're friendly.
yeah. And I've done some crazy stuff. I've done parties on like 200-foot yachts.
Of course.
In Jersey.
And in Miami, and
Miami.
I'm like, it's not like Jersey. Like Jersey,
Really?
yeah. I feel like Jersey, everybody's just very happy and wants to enjoy life. Like, when you have your,
That's
when you
interesting.
You know
Yeah.
what? I
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can.
You don't even see it like that, do you?
No, I do actually.
But then when
No,
you
no,
get
I-
drunk,
But you don't
we see
realize it.
No,
Yeah.
We see it when you
actually
get
do.
drunk. Yeah.
Especially when the kids were young and you're in that group with parent groups and children. There was a lot of entertaining and get-togethers and evenings in restaurants with 10, 15 couples. So no, I agree with you. It
Yeah.
was a lot of get-togethers going on.
Yeah.
Then once the kids got old and it was high school, it kind of changed a little bit. But yeah, I remember those days.
And I feel like from the age of like 30 to 60, everyone starts having kids, and everybody, is starting to buy their homes and stuff. And for them, this is a great experience.
It is, yeah.
Jersey likes to entertain in their
Yes,
backyard a lot.
exactly.
So you don't have to
Barbecues.
say who, where, when, unless you don't want. But tell us, spill some tea. Give us a crazy story or funny moment.
And which state?
All right.
All right, come on.
Give
give
us
us
your
some-
best New Jersey story.
Best New Jersey story. Whew, that's a tough one. Let me reel this one in.
It could just be any crazy moment. Like
I mean,
I
that party
asked.
was fun, but it wasn't crazy. Not worthy of a
Yeah.
story.
Okay. So
Dad,
one
I asked
of
the question. Stop changing it.
there's this town in New Jersey, and it's called Wayne, New Jersey.
We know it.
And I don't know what they put in the water in Wayne,
We have
but
family
these
there.
people party hard.
Really?
And I would say, like, out of the top 5 funnest, craziest parties, probably 4 of them are in Wayne.
No way.
And
We have quite a lot of family members.
Yeah.
in
You
Wayne.
do, right?
Yeah, yeah. I wonder
So
if they
were
what,
wild
what
ones.
defines
You know
crazy
what?
to you for a
Probably.
crazy party?
So there's all different kinds nowadays. We've seen
Yeah,
everything because
I'm
we've
sure.
done bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, etc. But one of the first wild parties that we did was our first year going into winter, and we were trying to figure out how we're going to take this experience and make it an indoor theme.
Got it.
So we came up with the backdrop and stuff, which looked awesome. And we were like, okay, we'll bring a speaker. We'll have music playing because I hated going to a party and they did not have music at the party. I felt
makes a
like
difference.
it makes such a big difference.
Right.
And we went to this party in Wayne, New Jersey. They're probably around my age, like almost 40. And it was all couples, and they start rolling in. Everybody's dressed like they're going out to a restaurant. Dressed to the T, looking good and stuff.
That's
and I'm like,
Jersey
okay,
style.
this is Jersey style. And it was one of our first parties, and they went ballistic. They were dancing everywhere. We got great video. People were hanging off the banisters, which was one of the craziest things I've seen. Hanging upside down off of the banisters.
Oh my God.
Taking shots and stuff. By the end of the night, I got a video of like 4 or 5 of the girls, and they're crawling to their bottles of water that are on the floor. And that party shot us through the roof for the
Oh
winter
my
because
God.
everyone
Was
was
it a
like,
big
I want to
party?
throw this rage around my
Right?
party.
Was it a
That's
big party?
Did anyone get
Yeah, it was
hurt?
like 40, 50 people. And it was
Oh my
mostly
gosh.
couples. Everybody had a great time.
Wow.
That was one of the most funnest just because it was so new to us. And I was like, what is this?
But the shots help.
Shots help.
help.
Yeah.
What was
Nowadays,
your,
nothing
what would you
surprises me.
say, what would you say was your like hardest client? In what sense? It doesn't have to be who, but like what type of?
The hardest client, I feel like we're very blessed because we bring such like a good atmosphere in our promotion and like what we show that I haven't had like nightmare clients, which is
Right.
awesome.
That's
you.
amazing.
Because I feel like if you don't like fun, you're not going to book us.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're not
yeah.
going to have that mentality of like, okay, I'm going to let loose
Whatever
a little
goes,
bit.
yeah.
And plus I feel like I'm very quick with people to read like the temperatures on people and how to like adjust with personalities and
To
stuff.
adapt.
And I feel like that's a huge thing in our company is I have to designate which employee is going to
Right.
run a party, whether you're walking into a house and they're more about the food or more about the party, and you don't know what to expect
You wanna
from this
match
people.
the
You have to
personality.
match with them. You have to match with the group and find that common denominator on
important.
how to make it special for them.
That's how the whole night will go.
Yeah, I mean, some of the toughest things we did, I would say the yacht parties are tough. Probably the Florida Panthers was one of the toughest things that we executed. That was literally fly down tomorrow. You're doing the Florida Panthers. And we were running around trying to find our supplier, calling up everybody to get
Wow.
the meat over and stuff.
So did you
And,
fly the meat down?
Yeah.
Like with you?
No, I didn't fly the
Okay.
meat down. But my supplier is nationwide.
Got it, got
But I had to go and get my own meat just because they didn't have, it wasn't on the truck fast enough. So it was like fly down and you have to go pick up your meat 2 hours away here.
Oh
go
my
pick up your
God.
supplies there. Go make this happen. And we ended up doing great. I mean, it was like a one of a kind experience.
I got a
Drink
good
out of the
question.
Stanley Cup. You can't.
That's unreal.
I have
Yeah.
a good question for you. You said you did one for the NFL?
Yeah.
70. How much meat did they consume?
So I bought double the amount. So I bought porterhouses for 2 or 3
Per
per
one?
person.
Person.
they
Anything left over?
By the end of it, there was some steaks left over, and the old linemen were just like Keep bringing
Stop.
it. And then you had the table of O-linemen and tight ends. And I remember
any sides with
Bellinger,
that?
Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
He was just like, keep bringing it, keep
No.
bringing it. And they
couldn't
ate
eat
it
that?
all. They ate it all. But it was like, it got to the point where it was just up to the O-linemen, and they were just like shoveling it down
Like,
their
we're not
throats.
putting this to
They're
waste.
big guys. Yeah.
Wow.
Any sides with that fills you up?
Yeah, so Lefka's, we did it at Lefka's the first time, so they provided all their sides and stuff, so it gave us like a huge help just to worry
Right.
about the meat and
That's
stuff.
because it's a Greek menu, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Greek menu, so they put out a lot of sushi. Like when we do our theme nights with them, they'll do all the dips and stuff.
Right,
And
pita,
then they'll do the lemon potatoes on the side.
Oh,
and
I
Yeah.
love
stuff.
that.
So they'll match it well with our steak dinner.
Incredible.
That turns into like a night scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
After a certain time.
You know, when I agreed to that restaurant, because Saquon's guy texted me a list of like 20 places. Most of them were steakhouses.
Right.
And I'm like, they're going to let me cook in the steakhouse?
Yeah.
I'm like, little old me. But
You're not little old me anymore.
No.
I looked up Lefka's, I saw the vibe, and I was like, ooh,
This
this
one.
is us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hear
yeah.
it gets crazy
Yeah,
there. After
yeah,
some time.
yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
So, but it was rented out just for them, right? Like the
Yeah,
norm-
so we
yeah.
did like the whole second floor just for
Oh,
them.
okay,
So
cool.
everybody from downstairs, like we had our logo. I had a girl waving our sign
So
around,
fun.
and everybody was like, "What's going on?" Like, you know. Then we started to let some people up because none of the players. It was right before the playoffs, so none of the players wanted to take shots or anything.
Right.
So I let some people up, like a few at a time, and I had them taking shots just to show the players of
Right,
the
cool.
whole experience
Right,
of
right.
what we offer.
That was a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So scaling to Florida was obviously a huge
Yeah.
move, a big challenge. Like, what would you say that taught you?
That taught me. So Florida is like a bittersweet thing. It's great. I love it. But you really, when you make a move to expand, you really, really, really have to be ready for it.
Good
Because
advice.
from the first day that I went down to Florida, it was like I lose my luggage, and you have to hit every obstacle, and you have to be prepared for it when you open up a second location, especially
Yeah.
if it's somewhere else. You have to be prepared to take every shot. Luckily, we have done great with it, but I would say Florida, man. Florida's like that little child that just keeps, kicking you in the shin. It's like every time I'm like, oh, can't anything be
My
easy in
lessons
this place?
keep coming.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like, if I make
Eventually,
it,
you have more resources.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So now I got very lucky when I decided to open Florida. I had great workers that actually were going to school there. A lot of them were going to school in Florida. So when they went back after the summer, I said, this is my opportunity. I have workers in place down there. So it worked out great. But, Florida, any location, any business move that you make, you have to still realize there's always going to be risks to it and hurdles. And you have to know that, you're going to have to put in just as much effort in that second spot as you did in the first.
You do know that Florida, you're going to get your retirees from New York and New Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
yeah.
With the
So it's
tri-state.
great. I have clients that even they'll book us up here during the summer and they book us down there.
I'm going to connect you with some of my friends there. I feel like you would do well in the brokerage community.
Yes.
Real estate.
Yes.
Like, we're always throwing parties.
Yeah,
Which
which
we
would be
want to talk to you
awesome.
about, too. One of our parties coming up before you leave. For real estate.
Yes. I love that.
So, what would you say the biggest feedback is of what people don't expect after one of your parties? Like a reaction that you always see from people.
They never expected the steak to be that good.
I agree.
Love
that
that.
and the experience.
You kept saying, I
Yes.
mean, he didn't really know what I was
No, I didn't know.
hiring.
I just said, whatever.
But you
Yeah.
couldn't get over, and Michael, the food.
Plus,
I can get over the food, but
Yeah.
just how much you guys are involved. Like you like you said, you're not there just to cook for guys.
You're
for
throwing the
people.
entire party.
You were like the maitre d'. You
Yeah.
made sure the girls they were not girls dancing, but there was so much going on.
Yeah, like in
so many
my
events, episodes.
Yes.
It's
in
just,
my
like,
head, I was
entertaining us.
just hiring like the catering. I had no idea you were running the whole party, and it was incredible.
it's funny because I tell people, I'm like, if we're not serving you food, we're entertaining, and I don't think they really get that
Yeah.
point of how involved we are. And actually, at last week's party, I had a crew running it. It was a big 40th birthday party, and they did great. It was like 80 people or whatever at a restaurant, and I remember telling the main guy, I said, "You are the maitre d'. I was like, you and / MC tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you
Yeah.
grab
Yes.
that microphone and you make it all about you.
Yeah.
And they crushed it. It was fantastic footage that we got. But
You can't be shy working for you.
no,
No.
not at all.
You're front and center.
Not at all.
I like want to go back and watch the videos from last year.
It's awesome.
I'm actually getting amped up about planning this
The next
year's.
party.
Before you leave, we're booking a date.
Yes, we'll put a date.
Yeah.
in. I just can't believe, like, every year I'm like, ooh, is this summer going to be as good? And every year
gets
it's just
better.
Blows
better
up.
and better, and we're already like
Well, you're blessed, that's
halfway
for sure.
fully booked throughout
Yeah.
the whole summer, and I'm like,
Before
this is awesome.
before we wrap up, I want to talk about one more major part: social media. I know that played a huge part in your business.
Yeah.
Any advice you can offer to those entrepreneurs and around social media and your business?
No matter what you think, social media is everything. It's the quickest, cheapest way to get your name out there. I've tried everything, and I respect everybody's field: PR, tabloids, news, news appearances, etc. There is nothing like word of mouth, and everybody wants to do what their neighbor is doing.
And better.
Yes, and top them on it. So social media was everything to us. It's really all that we focus on is making sure that our social media is up to par, other than the parties, because
Well, that's
we
a
see the
full-time
value
job
in
right
it.
there on social
yeah,
media.
it's a
Yeah.
very
And your
full-time
content
job.
too. It's like not so curated. It's just very
Organic.
authentic, raw.
Yeah.
You're just throwing up the actual footage.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what makes it appealing.
We had this idea where we were like, we're not just food. How do you cultivate? How do you show a brand and like brand yourself?
Right.
And we actually thought of the idea of using the guests, featuring them to brand us. So it was like our social media is not really about us as much as it is about you and your party and your fun that you had. And we really highlighted like the guest experiences of it. And that's what we mostly showed in the beginning. And that's really what took off for us. But I think social media is huge. If you don't get it, you got to get it. And you have to figure it out. Even if you think it's not working, it's working.
And don't be afraid.
And, I get all the time. I get somebody, they'll be like, oh, I saw you on my friend's thing from 3 years ago.
Right.
On their social media.
Right.
I
So
had
you made
it
an
saved.
impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember,
They
right.
had it saved,
Yeah.
and they knew that they wanted to do it for this milestone
Yeah.
birthday. So you think nobody's watching, but they are.
Yeah.
And the algorithms are tough and stuff, and it's social media.
Right.
It's a full-time job.
Well, whatever you've done, if it was by accident, it's working for
You're
you.
doing it
Yeah.
right.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm a little older than you, a lot older than you. I remember I used to spend stupid money in marketing.
Yeah.
Magazines, print, newspaper. And I wish I had social media when I got started. I would have killed it a lot earlier. So
Yeah.
it's a gift, social
Yeah.
media, if you use it the right way.
Yeah. It's true, because I say all the time, we're so fortunate not to have to spend for that advertising.
You have to be careful on how the platform and how you use it.
Yes.
But it's an amazing tool.
Especially for us, our parties, people are getting drunk, they're getting a little wild,
Yeah.
this and that.
Yeah.
You could see everything the wrong way, and trust me,
Right.
there's been many instances where I post stuff, and I'm like, probably shouldn't have
Take it-
posted
yeah,
that.
Well,
right.
that's where you use the editing mode.
And it's like a bittersweet thing, because sometimes it'll go viral because
Right.
you really shouldn't have posted it, but then you're like, I don't want to seem like that.
Right.
So it's
Fine line.
You have to show a little bit of everything.
Well, you're in the
And-
entertainment business.
Yeah, and
It's
you have
expected to a certain degree.
yeah, and you really have to show a little bit of everything, and you just have to say to yourself, how am I going to connect myself and my experience to my clients?
Right.
Well, no matter what field you're in, whether it's real estate, etc. Like, how am I going to engage them for that short moment? Because now you have about 5 seconds in the beginning to catch their attention.
One impression.
Yeah.
I know you have like experience with the Housewives, Bravo, Giants, but have there been any people rolling in your DMs that you're just like, wow, like I've reached this audience? Or
Yeah, I love like just seeing like random sports players. They'll DM us like
Right.
one, like just a comment like 100 or whatever.
Right.
Like,
Oh, cool.
like just comment on the picture of the steak and stuff, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Right.
I haven't hit the actors and stuff yet, which is weird, because I always thought that would come a lot sooner.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're so big. I feel like in the sports world, like I have a couple MMA fighters that reach out, they're like, you guys are crushing it. They want us to do probably in the future, like some walkouts with them and stuff.
Right. That's cool.
Which is cool.
I mean, with sports in reality, you don't really. What does Hollywood matter at this point?
Yeah.
For a state
point.
park, that's a
Exactly.
way of.
You know what, too? It's they're anybody's just like you.
Yep.
They've excelled in whatever they went after.
Right.
And they did good in the field that they wanted to put their work into.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're regular people. They want to have a good time.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Tell us what's next for PorterHouse Party. Anything exciting up your sleeve?
Yeah. PorterHouse Party. We're flirting with another location.
Okay.
We're flirting with another location.
You want to say where?
Not yet, but it's not even in the country. I'll tell you that.
No,
Yeah.
I was going
Is
to
it
ask
Italy?
you if someone would hire you outside the country, would you pick up and go?
It's an island.
I would go anywhere. So like a couple did reach out for a wedding in Australia.
Wow.
So we're in talks with that.
That's
that would just be
incredible.
fly down on their jet and fly
Right.
us back. So if that happens, that's great. But we're thinking about like possibly another location out of the U.S. and see how that goes. I have somebody I'm in talks with. So we'll see what happens, but I'm really taking my time on that because I'm not ready for the bumps and stuff, and I feel like we've grown here so large now. We expanded what we can do nightly here. That this year I really want to just focus on the hometown stuff and just make sure that everything's perfect.
Keep the strength local.
Yeah, keep it local. We added some things. We have a torch gun. We're doing a fire show when we bring out the steaks.
What's a torch gun?
Like to torch the steaks and stuff. Just some more interactive,
And a
fun
fire.
things. Yeah, some more interactive, fun things to bring because every season, like when I go into winter, I'm always thinking about decor-wise and what I could change up and make it look even nicer when in people's homes to make you want to book us. Where we're bringing a speaker, we're bringing a backdrop, we're bringing basically everything for you that you need to throw for a party. And then by the time winter's over, I'm like, okay, next summer, I know that 80% of my clients are rebooks. What am I going to do for them that's different?
Like
to
us.
change it up because I'm not going to change up the great menu too much. I added a lot of new stuff. I have a spicy rig, like Carbone style.
Oh, wow,
fantastic.
yum.
I have a chef that makes it basically all homemade for me. Truffle
Spicy
mac and
rigatoni.
cheese and stuff. So
You know,
I really
earlier, I want to cut you
elevated
off a second.
the
Earlier you
size.
said someone wanted you to do burgers. You said, nah, I'm going to just keep it steak.
Oh, yes.
So, expand the menu?
So basically, when we first started, and I think it's huge for any business, you brand yourself, and you're like, what is my identity going to be? And I feel like if you give people too many options, you lose your identity.
Right.
You dilute your brand a
Yes.
little.
And I'm like, listen, we have a 10 out of 10 steak. There's
Right.
not much to add from there. And I'm bringing you a party concept that's one of one. So if I stick in my lane, and I don't try to get in anybody else's lane, serving other things and stepping on any other caterer's feet, I feel like it actually just led us to our own path.
Do what you do best.
And we
What
do
about
what
any
we do
collabs
best.
even, like with big names?
Collabs, like as far as
like probably liquor companies.
Yeah, so I've worked with a lot of liquor companies. What's the one in Jersey? Oh my God, my brain is
Like
going
a
blank.
liquor, like a tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Ocho.
Oh, I love that.
They've
tequila.
sponsored us on a lot of
That's
stuff.
in
Wow.
Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, I
I didn't know
Or
that
they're
either.
not. I think they're in. I think Miami. Their headquarters.
wow.
But they're big in Jersey.
I love that
I can
tequila.
see the relationship there. with
Yes, so
company.
Tequila Osho's
Yeah.
been a great brand. There's a vodka brand called Juicy Tits, which is actually great.
Fun.
So I think that like goes well with us. A lot of the liquor
Right.
companies love us because
It's party.
it's perfect for us.
Compliments.
I have a friend that he actually started a green tea shot company.
Oh,
It's
cool.
pre-made green tea shots in bottles. It's called Commodi. He's huge around the Jersey Shore and stuff. We've done a lot of work with
Yeah,
him.
why are those so popular down the shore? Green tea shops.
So, you know what it is? And they offer for a decent price because for the bartenders, when you're serving hundreds and hundreds of people, to have a pre-made drink that's a shot that you could just roll out quick and you don't have to mix it.
Right.
It saves the bars a lot of time, and they can make a lot more money per minute on their drinks. So basically, he's got a great business. We do a lot with them. We're working on some partnerships and stuff.
Yeah, like even a dessert collab,
Yeah.
doing something to end it, not that it's like competing.
I know. I was
see
thinking about the
chocolate-
dessert.
chocolate cake.
Yeah, I was thinking about the
Some like
dessert
fun
thing.
dessert things at the end.
Yeah, and then I get to the point, and I'm like, we already bring so much. I'm
You
like,
do?
how much am I going to put on my employees?
Well, you know what it could be? It could be like they already have a company. You just
Yes.
I have
Porterhouse
someone
Party
for you. I'm going to tell you after the meeting,
Who?
after this.
Yeah.
To do the cupcakes on a stick. Easy to hand out.
Yes, the
decorative.
cake pops.
Cake
Yeah,
pops,
yeah.
yeah.
And I've had a lot of people that made custom cake pops
Right.
for parties and
That's
stuff
easy.
with our logo
Yeah.
with steaks.
Yeah.
I love when people have the steak as a cake. They have
Yeah.
like the big
We had
one.
that.
I did that.
We
yeah,
had
you
for
did,
Michael's
right?
birthday.
Yeah,
yes.
Love
yeah.
that.
No, a year earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
the engagement.
Engagement party. That's what it was.
So you know it's so funny. You were talking about the client that saved you for a year. I did that. I wanted to have you a year prior, but our engagement party was that weekend.
And you
So-
did reach out a
I
year
did.
prior.
I
remember.
did. So,
Yeah.
But we didn't. His birthday was the day after our engagement party, so we weren't going to do another big party. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, next year I'll do it.
But he had his steak cake.
Cake. It was a ribeye. It was a
Ribeye, yeah.
huge.
You know,
Right.
as an owner, I feel like the biggest thing is you're always thinking in the back of your head, like, is next year going to be as good?
Yeah.
Is the year after going to be as good? And
I mean, yeah.
you're always like, and I think like that fear of losing drives you so
That's
much
your
more.
drive.
We feel that
Absolutely.
every year in real estate, we start over. Nothing is guaranteed, and every year we're like, is
Yeah.
it going to be the same? Is it going to be better? Is it going to,
You never know.
have
Well, I
that.
tell my agents every morning, when you wake up, you're unemployed. Every morning you're unemployed.
Yeah.
Get out of bed and go get a job. Go get a listing. Go get a sale. You're unemployed from the moment you wake up every single day.
I just booked a wedding for 3 years from now.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
said, I guess we're going to be around in 3 years. But it's
I
always
love
good
that.
hearing. Like, I even get a call. Sometimes people are like, oh, you know what? I'm going to save this for something bigger in like 4 years. And I'm like, okay,
Do it
great.
now.
We're going to have a party in 4
Right.
years.
That's so funny.
Keep
All
expanding.
right. Well, I'm excited. Like now, I'm really excited to plan Michael's
Awesome.
birthday
We'll
again
talk
if he's
menu
watching
after
this.
this.
Yeah.
And you better be at this one.
Yes, I will.
That's a
Yeah.
requirement.
Yes.
See how
Can't
we
wait.
party.
Can't
Yeah.
wait.
So I think we're about to wrap it up. I'm so happy you finally made. I'm sorry Pete couldn't get here, but we'll get him. We'll get him
Next
next year.
round.
Pete's in the sun right now enjoying himself.
Good for him.
Oh, Pete.
Yes.
You work hard. You deserve
Yeah,
to.
no,
Thank you
thank you
so
for
much,
having me.
Joseph. It was great. I can't wait for our next party. And everyone stay tuned because we will be filming it. And pimp yourself out. Where can they find you?
That's it. PorterHouse Party on Instagram is our biggest platform. You'll see everything big we've done. We've been on every major news show about Jersey Shore, Housewives of Miami, Housewives of New Jersey, Carmelo Anthony's podcast for sports players, New York Giants, etc. So you might have seen us there. If not, check us out on www.porterhousepartyny.com.
That's it. And support a house. The big deal. The real deal.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Market up, market, that's the deal.